From virtual gridiron greatness to midget hookers fighting over the last ounce of cocaine, this is the No Punt Intended Fantasy Football League News Hub. With coverage you can count on, and top stories and highlights from around the league, this is the No Punt Intended Fantasy Football League. And this Week 4 preview of the No Punt Intended Fantasy Football League is brought to you by Total Fallacy and more. Grab your flannel and slip into one of the many products from Total Fallacy's fall collection. It's a surefire way to live, laugh, love your way into a night of pleasure. Now including the limited edition pumpkin spice flavored condoms, only available while supplies last. And now, here's a word from your league commissioner. Hello everybody and welcome to the No Punt Intended Fantasy Football League News Hub. I'm your host and league commissioner, Rick Horn. Last week we saw an absolute grinder of a Game of the Week matchup as war was waged for the Battle of Dallas between the Dallas Troll Hunters and the Dallas Greenskins. Special Asian correspondent Trisha Takanawa was on scene to capture some of the electric energy around some of the game day festivities.
Rick, I'm standing here at the official tailgate at the local Motel 6 for the Greenskins vs. Troll Hunters game. Many fans can be seen doing jello shots made with Shiner Bock and ramming foreign objects into their derriere. It is very clear that this matchup is living up to the excitement for this sold-out crowd, as one fan so eloquently described.
Can't take a decent shit without sweat rolling down the crack of my eyes.
It was an exciting, albeit low-scoring affair indeed, as we saw the Dallas Troll Hunters cement their claim over the Big D, while Greenskins team owner Stephen Powless will now bring all the boys to the yard with his very special rendition of Milkshake by Khalees. The Greenskins will have an opportunity, however, to get back to their winning ways that saw them absolutely dominate in their Week 1 league debut, as they get set to travel to Asgard to take on the emancipated Thunder Jockeys. And with that, let's take a look at your Week 4 Game of the Week. It's time for a showdown between truck stop whores and the money-hungry mongrels that purchased them, in a battle that we're calling Chugs and Jugs, as the St. Louis Lot Lizards get set to host defending champions #Money Team.
Cause Mr. Whole Lot of Money gone broke, yeah. Mr. Whole Lot of Money gone broke, yeah. Mr. Whole Lot of Money gone broke, yeah. Mr. Whole Lot of Money gone broke. Cause Mr. Whole Lot of Money gone.
In an absolutely shocking turn of events, the otherwise absolutely dominant defending champions have a losing record throughout the first 3 weeks of the season for the first time in franchise history, with their most recent loss by coming way of the surprisingly undefeated and dominant Carroll's Exotic Biters, as team owner Tom Schroeder turned #Money Team's entire financial portfolio into straight up bitch coin.
Yeah, it was so ridiculous. Like, he thought because he was the champ that he was walking around with something shaped like this, but clearly he's not. And, you know, it was just very, very easy. Even easier than it was not killing my husband.
Nevertheless, we all know that Mr. Peoples has an absolutely stacked fantasy football resume, so we'll see if #Money Team can cash back in on their winning ways as they look to avoid being swindled by their promiscuous Week 4 opponents. Meanwhile, the St. Louis Lot Lizards are having money-making problems of their own, entering this Week 4 matchup as the defending Midget Hookers of the Week, after having to provide the Chicago Spirit Fingers with free coupons for their 1.5-star parking lot services, and much like their Week 4 opponents, enter this highly anticipated matchup with a record of 1-2. So we'll see if the St. Louis Lot Lizards can put some fucking deodorant on for once and bring a consistent customer base back to their parking lots in order to avoid going completely broke heading into the Halloween season, as the lot lizards have expressed interest in dressing up as something absolutely no children whatsoever should ever be exposed to: Brittany Mahomes. So what is at stake for this Week 4 Game of the Week bet in the 2022 No Punt Intended fantasy football season? Well, I'm glad you asked. If Rick Horn loses this week's bet, he will have to perform a full-length cover of It's Raining Men while wearing his Seahawks jersey, doing his best Geno Smith impression, and drinking a Steel Reserve high-gravity beer. If Lamar Peoples loses, he will have to perform a full-length cover of Girls Just Want to Have Fun while wearing a Tamika-style crop top with the word Tamika written in big, bold letters. I simply can't express that enough. Big, bold letters. And consuming a Milwaukee's Best beer. So nevertheless, this is obviously shaping up to be an intense bet, but we all know what happened the last time a bet like this went down between one Rick Horn and Lamar Peoples.
It's a raining man. Hallelujah, it's raining man. Amen. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna let myself get absolutely soaking wet.
Nevertheless, I guess we'll just have to stay tuned to see how that turns out. That does it for your highlights from the No Punt Intended Fantasy Football League News Hub. Be sure to check your lineups ahead of Sunday's games, and we will see you on the virtual gridiron.